I want to talk about detailed estimates, which are an SSG Plus feature that can augment your research and forecasts on the SSG. We can visualize these new estimates by turning on the data points by clicking them in the legend. To see the sales detailed estimates, we click on that name in the legend. To see the estimates for EPS, we click on EPS detailed estimates. When those estimates are plotted on the graph, they show up as shaded circles. Here you see a green set of shaded circles for sales estimates and a blue set for EPS estimates. If we unselect them in the legend, the text becomes light gray and the shaded circles disappear. If we select them again, the legend text becomes black and the shaded circles will be again shown on the graph. You can mouse over the shaded circles to see the values that have been plotted. So for example, we're mousing over the rightmost green shaded circle, which is the sales detailed estimate for 2027 fiscal year. And the text there says it's 47,619,000,000. And the experience would be the same with the EPS detailed estimates. We can see the exact number if we mouse over. If you decide to show the sales or EPS detailed estimates on the graph, then they will be shown the next time you open your SSG study. So they are saved, that state is saved with your study. Now, if you're asking yourself, where does that estimate data come from? You're asking a really great question. To see the raw data, we'll click on the Data menu item and then move our cursor down and select Detailed Estimates. And then this box is the interface for viewing and editing the detailed estimates. You'll note that there are 3 rows of data which are already populated at the top. Each row is specific to a fiscal year, 2025, 2026, and 2027. We might have expected this because we saw 3 shaded detailed estimate circles on the graph. And they're there because by default, we import Morningstar ACE estimates and pre-populate these detailed estimates with that data. So there are the 3 fiscal years for this particular company, but not all companies have this much data. Some only have 1 or 2 rows, meaning 1 or 2 fiscal years out in the future. Other companies are not covered by Analyst in the Morningstar ACE estimate system and have no detailed estimate data. You'll notice that the detailed estimates box has 8 columns at the top and with the column labels in the blue header. The most important columns hold the actual estimate data, the one labeled sales estimate and the one labeled EPS estimate. Remember that 47,619,000,000 we viewed when we moused over the rightmost sales estimate? There it is. This is where that value comes from. It is the 2027 sales estimate in millions of dollars. The number of sales estimates or number of EPS estimates data tells us how many estimates were averaged to make the ACE estimate. The source column tells us from where the estimate is sourced, in this case from Morningstar's ACE estimate database. Note that this is not the single Morningstar analyst that writes the company's analyst report. These are Wall Street estimates that have been collected by Morningstar and delivered to us in the data feed. If you would like to substitute the default Morningstar ACE estimates with estimates from another source that you find, you can definitely do that. Simply select the data in a particular cell, backspace to remove the existing data, and type in the new data. Sales data should be entered in millions of dollars to reflect the same units as the historical sales data. The source column can be changed to reflect the data source that you're using. So if we go ahead and do that for like earnings per share, see what happens then. If you could just enter another number there. Perfect.
14, round it to 14.
Sure.
Call it different. Okay.
And then mouse over to another column.
Whoops.
Yeah, so it has to be numeric. It's looking for the zeros at the end.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I learn something new every day.
There you go. And the other thing that we're going to learn is that status column, or one that says ST, The character has turned from a D, meaning default, to U, meaning user modified. The lock checkbox also has changed and became checked. That lock feature is to prevent a data update from overriding your detailed estimate edits. Selecting Update Study to save the changes to detailed estimates, and they will be saved with your study. When you next open the study and review your estimates, the edits you made will be preserved and present. If you're looking for the long-term estimates in the tools, the raw data, where that comes from, that is on the bottom section of this box and is also editable. If you are so inclined to create a PDF of the 2-page SSG form for a club meeting, for example, the graph on the PDF will reflect the visible state of the detailed estimates in the tool. In other words, if you want the detailed estimate shaded circles showing on the PDF, select them in the legend before you print the SSG to a PDF. So go ahead and update that study. And then why don't we turn on shares outstanding and then show them what that might look like on a PDF. Perfect. And you can
As if we
see.
planned it.
You can see that sloping blue line for shares outstanding also shows on the graph now of the PDF, and the shaded circles are showing for our detailed estimates. So that can be super helpful. I encourage you to select and evaluate the Detailed Estimates feature, which can help you visualize how your long-term estimate compares to the individual fiscal year estimates. Please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel to be notified of new videos as they are released.